Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to a very exclusive edition of ChampionsWay webinars, featuring the CEO and founder of ChampionsWay and owner of Champions Martial Arts Academy, Master Farid Dordar himself. Master Dordar has over 2 decades of school management experience and has developed and managed a martial arts software company that has helped systemize over 5,000 schools across the globe since 1998. Like many others in the martial arts industry, Master Farid Dordar had faced day-to-day challenges that school owners still face to this day, such as unstructured management, lack of student and community involvement, lack of growth plans, and more. Master Dordar has worked night and day to develop systems and methodologies to create solutions for these common issues. His methods are tried and true, so pay close attention to this special Champions Way webinar and learn methods of keeping your school ahead of the game for 2010. Remember, there will be a question and answer session at the end of this webinar, and we will be giving out 2 free tickets to the Seaway 2010 Martial Arts Business Training, Technology classes, and a great place to network. These tickets are valued at over $300. Ladies and gentlemen, have your pens and pads ready. I proudly present Master Farid Dordar.
Thank you, Datis. I'd like to start by thanking Sensei Nick for a great job he's doing for ChampionsWay Library and our clients. Hello everyone. I'm glad to be here today and hope that I could help you in the next 45 minutes to at least take one thing from this webinar that you could go back and implement right away. So let's start by asking you a question. I want to know, are you going to build a business or just paying your bills? There's 2 different types of running a business. But before we go to that, for those one of you who don't know me, I missed the first slide, so I'm going to go back and introduce myself. Opened my first school in 1981. I reached 150 students by 85. I was a former world champion. And when I opened my school, I honestly thought I'm going to get my school packed by just my title. That didn't happen. I was a good instructor, so I was able to get my first 100 students. And then after that, it was getting more difficult. It was more difficult to know how to charge the students. It was more difficult to know what type of classes I must be running. It was more difficult when it got to marketing and lead generation. It was more difficult to know how do I expand my school size and change my location. There were a lot of questions in my head. So I kind of really hit the wall and needed to change. I changed my school from 1,600 square feet to a 10,000 square foot in 1986 with the help of a lot of students. And today at Champions Karate Academy, we have over 600 students grossing about $1 million, and involvement of myself personally in the school is about 2 hours a month. So back to the question that I asked you, how do we know which one are we doing today? What are the differences between really running a lifestyle business which just pay the bills and a business that can survive and continue without you? So if a business is continuing without you, you would know that you're really building a business. If tomorrow you leave and go on vacation for a month, if for some reason you get sick and you can't work anymore, can your business still survive? And really, to measure that, it's very simple. All you have to do, think of it like this. If today I pay for your business and I buy it from you, would it still remain profitable? And what I mean by profitable means all the staff can get paid, you can pay the rent, the marketing separate, and still there will be 15 to 20% of your gross still left over, and that's what I call profitable. So that business is worth a purchase. I can buy that business tomorrow and continue running it. Now, depending on what type of business you're running, a lifestyle business or really building a business, your position varies. This is what I'm going to talk about actually today a lot about, is really about your position in your business. If you have 50 or 100 students, you're probably teaching the classes, You're probably doing a little bit of lead generation. You're probably little asking your students to bring more students and refer other students to your school. And then when you go to a level of 150 students or 200 students, your position changes, because now you have to have more staff. You have to think more about marketing. You have to think about closing your back door so you don't lose your students. So then after 200 students, you go back to 300 students, and then 400 and 500 students. The way you run your business, the way you systemize your business completely changes again. So you would need to learn new things. That's what happened exactly to me. When I had 150 students, and then when I was running my 300 students school, it was completely two different operations. If you would walk into my school, you would definitely notice both operations. As far as the staff training, as far as assistant instructor training, as far as marketing, everything would have changed. So if you are trying to build a business and not just paying the bills, this webinar would be a good one for you, so you can continue. Otherwise, I don't know. This is not what my interest is. My interest in martial arts has always been, first of all, I love martial arts, so I have the passion for it. I love teaching, so I have the passion for teaching. But at the same time, my career has been always, focused towards not just having 100 students, but having a bigger impact in my community. So if I can teach 500 students, I would definitely have a bigger impact in my community. If I can get 200 black belts versus 5 black belts in 4 or 5 years, obviously I have had a bigger impact in my community. So if your goal is the same as me, really it comes to what kind of person you need to be or need to become in order to be able to run a larger operation in your martial arts school. First of all, you really need to know the position you're playing by knowing your strengths and weaknesses. What I mean by that is that today you look at yourself, you say, okay, I'm a great instructor. I can teach classes and my students will not quit. So that is my strength. I should take care of that part of the school. A lot of seminars or conventions that you can go to, there are a lot of successful school owners who come and talk about what they've done. Everybody's strength and weaknesses is different. You can't look at me or look at another instructor who runs $1 million school. You have to look at yourself and see, because we could be different. I could be more analytical. I can be better in marketing. I can be better in staff management. And you can be a better instructor. So it's very important for you to figure out what you are really good at. What are your strengths? I'm not going to stand here and tell you, okay, you're a great instructor, but start, go studying marketing, right? Or go learn how to systemize your school, or learn accounting. No. Continue to do what you do best, but also be aware of your weaknesses. Because in order to run a business, you do not need to know just the art. You cannot just be a great instructor, but you must learn more of how actually a business succeeds. You must learn more about accounting. You must learn more about marketing. You must learn more about systemizations. Not necessarily doing them yourself, because that might not be your strength, but at least be educated about it. The second thing that I think you would need as a person, so when you look at yourself in the mirror, every day you wake up, you say, okay, what kind of business I want to build? Do I want to be in my school by the time I'm 65, I'm still teaching 80 students? If that's what you want, that's great. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you're trying to build a business that can run without you, you look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, first of all, I can't be emotional. When I want to hire someone, if I want to get someone to work for me, I shouldn't just select that person because that person needs a job, or I can help a 16-year-old person, or I can help my family member. But you have to think more logically and say, what position I'm trying to fill. Can this person actually take care of that front counter? Can this person actually be a program director and do sales? Does he have that ability? A lot of time school owners make their decisions emotionally. So what happens, the people they hire are based on the people who are close to them, or they